Okay, welcome guys in one more session. And today retrospective session is going to be a different. Today we have Amya with us, and though it's going to be very simple one, but I think it's most difficult one, challenging one. It's on agile values. So Amya, welcome one more time, and yeah, looking forward for this session again.
Yeah, thank you, Sunan. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, Sunan, if you can share the presentation, would be great. Yeah. Yes, we can all see the screen. Hello. So, first of all welcome to Agile Values Cheers Up Retrospective. Yeah. So, I will be taking you through all of these, and yeah, and let's see how fun it is going to be to have a Cheers Up. And everyone seems excited to have their glasses in hand, but yeah, we will do at the end. Yeah. Okay. So, going next. Yeah, Agile Values. Okay, so let's get started. For Agile Values Cheers Up Retrospective, I know most of you are aware about Agile Manifesto, which has 4 principles and 12 values. We will do a little brief run on the 4 main Agile values. It's also a good refresh for everyone. So let's see the first one, what it is. So we should see, yes, individuals and their interactions over processes and tools. During the time of our traditional methodology, a lot of attention was given to the processes being followed. A simple waterfall method consists of requirements, design, implementation, verification, and then finally maintenance. We all need to follow this stringent process, which makes the development process sometimes quite rigid, and changes could not be incorporated easily when it required. So there are always some barriers and challenges which could not be anticipated by any processes or tool. To overcome such barrier, when individuals come together, discuss to find solutions to the problem, this is why Agile Manifesto recommends individual interactions over processes and tools and tells us to focus more on having competent people working together effectively. So processes and tool should be used only when things are becoming easy and effective for us. Sounds interesting, right? So let's go to the second one. Now the second one says delivering working software over comprehensive documentation. The traditional approach used to follow heavy documentation process. There are a lot of documentations to be done before we even start building anything. Like let's say features, layouts, specification, test cases, requirements, and many more need to be documented well in time before we even actually start working on it. There are many drawbacks, like the documentation becomes outdated by the time you are done with it. You may end up creating new features which may never be used by business as well. So the time spent on the documentation on such features also goes in vain. Too much documentation also delays the project. So because of all of these drawbacks, Agile Manifesto recommends to have working software over comprehensive documentation. Instead of wasting a lot of time in creating long documents and then taking feedbacks on this document, we should take feedbacks based on a working software. A basic software with all these basic features should be created first, and then it should be given to the end users or super users or the stakeholders. Then on this basis, we can get the feedback. So further development should be carried out. In this way, we save a lot of time, and also the value is given to the business that is on the working software. Now coming to the third one, it is all about customer collaboration over contract negotiations. In the traditional method of software development, customers were always involved at the start of the project, and the contract negotiations, and maybe it will take at the start of it, and then you will always see them at the end of it. So if there are any changes required in the contract, you will see ideally they coming at the end of the project, or maybe if they require a revision for it. So in this way, you will see the development process is more focused on what is written in the contract rather than being focused on what the customer wants. This approach neglects the value of customer feedback during the project. So software is developed without taking feedback of the customers. the end result, as you all know, what happens? It does not satisfy all the needs of the customers and asking for change in between. This is why Agile Manifesto recommends, like, let's say, customer collaboration over contract negotiations. Agile emphasizes a lot of taking feedbacks from the customer throughout the development process. So whatever is being developed is also seen by the customer. If there is something wrong or it is going in some wrong direction, then they can provide inputs and you all can work collaboratively in also in the early stages. Coming to the last one, finally, responding to change over following a plan. The traditional approach was to create detailed plans in the beginning and then following them throughout the project. This is why Agile recommends when we use Agile approach, we start with a plan, which gives us fair enough idea on where we are moving. Then as we move further, we can see new changes or events coming in front of us. We can incorporate this also in our ongoing work. Now, new events or changes are not seen as obstacles or hurdles in Agile way, but seen as an opportunity to give an additional value. So I hope you all have understood these 4 Agile values and quite in detail also, right? And also quite good refreshing for all of you as well. Yeah. So now the purpose of this meeting is that we will be doing a retrospective on all of these Agile values and to see whether we are following in our respective projects, whether these Agile values and how are we appreciating these Agile values. Yeah, so we go to the next slide and how are we going to do it? Yeah, so we will see some instructions which will be coming through and yeah. So what are we going to do? We are going to do, like, let's say each participant who are there in this group will be writing instances on one of these values or maybe more of those by using sticky notes. Then once everyone puts the sticky notes, we will be reading all the sticky notes. And then we will be checking, or we will be seeing how things it is and how fun it is on to see, how the values are really going or how it is really putting in place. So sounds interesting, right? Adil, Prince, how do you feel about it now?
Yes, very, very interesting.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very much interested.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to use Ideaboards for our retrospective and let us see how it will shape it up. Yeah, so going to the next slide, we will see a short demo on the tool Ideaboards. Yeah. Okay, so you can see we are going to use Ideaboards and we will quickly see a quick demo on the Agile Values Cheers Up. How are we going to use it? Let's say you go to this section, you can click on this plus sign and then write the sticky with your comments, with your beautiful comments, like let's say good interactions. So just write it over here and then just leave it out and it should be on the board. Then what you can do is over here at the end of it, once we are done, once I say for the voting one, which ones you feel interesting, you can just put a cheers up on that. So sounds interesting, right? Now, so this is how
Amey, hi. Amey, I have a small query over here. So this
Yeah.
Agile Value Cheer Up, right? This is for basically for a team, right? Complete
Yes.
team. And it's
Yes.
not respect to our previous sprint or anything like that.
No,
Right.
it is nothing to do with the previous sprint. It is to see whether as a team, how are we really checking all of these Agile values, like let's say customer collaboration, responding to change, and how a team is really following one of all this. So once we start with this retrospective, we will also come to know how each team member is really doing well in one of these sections.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Anyone has any other doubt? Yeah, please go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, so Amey, as per my understanding, it should be this the sprint whatever we completed. After that, we are updating this, right? So
Yeah.
should be based on the experience what we spent for the sprint, correct?
Correct. So Manoj, there could be some examples in your current sprint or also in your past sprint where you might have seen some people doing good work. Let's say just an example could be delivering on working software. where you feel they had really done well, you can mention a sticky note for them saying that, the person had done such kind of thing where you had seen that the person really performing one of the agile values. So this is how we come to know that yes, our team members are really following some good agile values, and yeah, it is really going in a good way. So it's also an appreciation for the person over here, and also cheers up well. Yeah.
Good idea, Amey. Thank you.
Yeah. So sounds interesting, right? I hope you're all excited. Yeah. So just one point over here, you can even put, let's say, at the rate, let's say Manoj, and this could be a good one to mention to whom you're appreciating. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the duration of this? And if no other questions, we can start filling this.
Yes. So yeah. So I'll just remove my sticky note, and we'll take, let's say, 5 minutes of time. So you all guys can put things on the. Okay, I can see some Adil been appreciated. Could facilitate overcome conflicts within the team. Oh, nice to see something for Shashank, Shankari. Yeah. So Shashank been appreciated for coordinate with team to gather the plant leaves. Oh, nice. So the board is becoming now colorful. Yeah, nice. Okay, so the board is filling up. Nice. So I think Shashank, you might have observed something for Manoj as well, right? He might be performing something well also for Prince, or yeah. I think you are ahead of time. You have already started voting it, but yeah, maybe. So we still have three more minutes. So one, guys, we need to cheer up now. So the hard work is done. We just need to cheers up. Yeah. Okay, so anybody wants to put some stickies for Manoj for individuals and their interactions? Yeah, I can see for Prashant as well. Yeah. Okay. So one more minute, and yeah. So something in customer collaboration, if someone might have missed out to mention someone.
I think Shankari needs some help. Looks like She's not able to put.
Yeah. So Adil, if you can help Shankari.
Yeah, I'm putting that.
Yeah. So someone also appreciating me to respond to change.
Change is the only thing that is permanent, right, Samay?
Yeah, I can see your excitement, Shashank. You want to cheers up, but yeah, just let's wait for some time more. Yeah. So maybe somewhere in the customer collaboration, we'll just take maybe more last 30 seconds and can just fill something in the customer collaboration. The rest seems to be beautiful at the moment. Okay, so what we do is just in the respect of time, I will be reading one of these, all of these sections, and then let us see how it is. Okay. Yeah. So first, coming up to the individuals and their interaction. So Adil, you got an appreciation for could facilitate overcome conflicts within the team. Yeah, nice one. So Adil, what did you do exactly in this place?
So I have to, find out certain things in terms of, certain activities wherein people can, or the team members can work together. And because I feel when people tend to work together, they identify their strengths and weaknesses, and then that helps them overcome, any differences of opinion. So that was one of the things that helped me.
Nice, Adil, nice. So, and then Shashank being appreciated for coordinate within team to gather the planned leaves to plan the capacity for the next sprint. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, team was really helpful, and they also spent time to coordinate with me to share the plan leads, which is actually helping me and even you to do a better capacity planning, right? So which will definitely impact our velocity and the deliverables. So I think that team is really helping us.
Yeah,
Thanks,
for sure.
guys.
This is a big hurdle, to manage the plant leaves and to collate everything. It's not that easy way. So thank you, Shashank, for that. Going to Shankari, team effectively use the collaborative tool. So Shankari, if you want to say something on this part.
Yeah, so we may have some issues in between, and we don't want to wait for, like, we will be sending them a text and then don't need to wait for them to look into it and respond. So it is the collaborative tool now. It is now due to this pandemic situation, it became easy to just make a call and have a conversation and have it done within maybe in the next instant. So we don't want to have a difference whether we are working in office or in different locations.
Okay. Yeah. So ideally, you mean to referring to a WhatsApp call or any kind of call, right?
Teams call or Zoom, whichever the organization is using.
Okay. Then going to Prince, brought together voluntary teams, respectively for the automation activity. Yeah. So Prince, you want to say something on this?
I realized everybody has something to do. So what I did was I asked between the team if anybody had been able to finish his work earlier ahead of time, just to tell them that they should make out space for us to work on the automation to help the whole team just before the whole team becomes ready. But the whole thing will be ready if we continue together.
Okay, thank you so much, Prince. I think automation really helps, and also the mundane task as well. Coming to Prashant, it helps that new team well understand agile values and principles. So good job, I guess. Also, I think let's clap for Prashant. I think very nice one. Yeah. So Prashant, you wanted to say something on this part. What did you do special thing over here?
Because using these tools, my team is very new. So we get the ideas of that whatever he coaches the agile methodology to team, and they got the full ideas about these why these values we are using here or not. That we will be individual interactions, collaborations. That will get the more idea, and they are implementing and monitoring.
Thank you. So thank you so much, Prashant. Then we go to customer collaboration. So Shashank being appreciated for collaborate within stakeholders to understand the business process of the new requirements. Yeah, Shashank.
So yeah, so there was new tools, new functionalities coming into place, right? So where the team was struggling to write the use cases in order to test it, to know better functionality. So I synced up with the stakeholders and I try to get in as much as knowledge possible, which will really help us identify the regression scenarios and also the unit test cases, which need to be, which is very mandatory to ensure that the user story is 100% done, just to avoid any defects. So I think,
yeah, nice one, I can say. Yeah, regression, it's not that easy to, because you have to do a good regression, so it does not get burst up in the production system, so it has to do rigorous testing. And also thank you so much, Shashank. Coming to Adil, replying in German language for one of the blockers by using Google Translate. Yeah, so Adil, you learn German as well now?
Yes, when you work with a global team, you do come up with certain, on spotlight. So that translator was sort of a lifesaver for me, I can say.
Okay, nice, Adil, nice. Maybe next time you can teach a German if you have some time.
Sure.
Okay, going to Prince, worked with customer in the production environment to recreate and fix this issue. Yeah, I think a very classic one. Yeah, and not easy to reproduce.
Yeah, so when you send the application to a client for him to try it out, he was supposed to create an account to be able to test and make sure it's working. When it was created, he had an issue, so he felt the system wasn't working. I had to go through with him, create the account, test and make sure everything is working, and then it was perfect.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, thank you so much, Prince. I think recreation in production system is not that easy, and we just have a limited amount of time to reproduce it and to fix it. Thank you so much, Prince. Going to delivering working software. So again, back to you, Shashank. Documentation made easier by completing functional specifications at the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said, like I got a chance to collaborate with the customer, which actually helped me get more information and the documentation part, where we can input more information in the user story, where we can input have more specific information in detail with respect to acceptance criteria and the use cases, right? So that actually helped us to make it more detailed user stories, which will definitely have more transparency as to what the requirement is. So that specifications really helped us in the documentation part.
Okay, and in terms of functional specification, did you make a very simple specification at the start of it and not like a comprehensive documentation? Also, that is what you added upon?
Yeah, so initially during our refinement sessions, we have input as much as information we have available at that time. So once we started working on the story, then we got in depth, we started digging in deep, and then we found out some more specifications are required there. So that is where we spent some time there to get more information regarding in detailed specifications of the functionality. Yeah. So that is where we added it during the sprint. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, Shashank. We go to Shankari, automating testing scripts. Yeah.
Just a minute, I'll be back.
Yeah. So Shankari, from your side, automating testing scripts. So yeah, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. The focusing more on automation and reducing the manual testing.
Then going to Adil, ensuring team and PO is on the same page in terms of sprint goal. Yeah, again a classic one. Yeah.
Yes, Amey, because I think this will definitely help us to streamline the understanding of the developers, and sort of we try to sort of ensure that people are not using technical terms while interacting with POs, and vice versa, just so that both are on the same page. And I think that's our job.
Yeah, nicely said. Usually we talk in technical language and then the discussion goes in vain, and then there is a escalation sometimes saying that you're using technical languages and we are not able to understand his language, something like that. But it's a very good one. Put it over there. Yeah. Coming to Manoj, I think implemented the conversion script using Python, which helps DevOps to integrate the new MS service with zero defects. Yeah. Oh, zero defects. I think let's clap for Manoj here. I think an excellent job here with zero defects. So means next sprint you have no defects. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so right, nowadays the challenges for integrating your changes, right? So there was continuously like number of defects are opening. So we introduced a logic which is very easy to implement using Python. So we created the script and we implemented and we hand over this to DevOps. So the moment DevOps started using that script, it helped them and the integration was smooth now. So even from last couple of sprints, we could see like there is 0 defects.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I can see that, Manoj. Yeah. So thank you so much. I think so next coming sprints also will have 0 defects. Good.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah. Coming to Prince, reduction of manual test efforts for an automation, to automation. Yeah. Yeah. So Prince, anything?
So we realized that some when you are testing the functionality of the application, we actually have to let people be doing it one by one, going to each other to test. So we have to work with the team to put out scripts that can do something like simple validations and also to test to make sure everything is working. So that's what we did. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prince. Then we come to the last part, that is responding to change. Shashank, we go back to you again. Scope creep in middle of sprint, taking up high priority change in the logic of the requirements, which will impact the sprint goal. Yeah.
Yeah, May. So all of these three are like interconnected, right? I've collaborated with the customer, got some more requirements, documented it, and that actually added some more scope, right? So it's all about adapting to the change as we have been learning, right?
Yes.
So there's some scope creep, and because that is priority, which is impacting the major logic. So we had to take it up within the sprint because it's actually affecting our MVP for the sprint. So we had to take it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see also the your appreciation has been increased there. So meanwhile, if you want to appreciate on the board, we can do that. Yeah. Then going to Adil, help team adjust to reorganization between onshore and offshore model. Yeah. So what did you do exactly, Adil, in this case?
Yes, Amir. So, I mean, recently we had a sort of a reorganization happening within the team structure, So as of now, the team was mostly working under the shadow of onshore, I can say. So a couple of trainings and some of the, mentoring sessions did help them to sort of get their confidence back. And basically, it was a sort of a sudden change that happened. But, I could ensure we are progressing like smoothly on this.
Yeah, nice. I think onshore and offshore, we always have to have that good connection between, also even in terms of our communication exchanges. So I think very nicely taken up, Adil. Coming to Manoj, field value comparison, expected versus actual logic using appropriate functions in the automation script helps a client to verify faster. Yeah, Manoj.
Yeah. So nowadays we know, right, the importance of automation testing, right? So it saves lots of time. Even client is expecting some like the field value comparison. So expected with actual value, those are missing. When I started analyzing this, those are missing. So there was a logic inbuilt function in the test script, not test script, in the tool. So that we analyzed and we found it. And after implementing those, it was very easy for client to accept the test cases and the results and all those things. So, so this is how the client was expecting this. So we implemented and we got appreciation from client as well. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. And I think even adding to your 0 defect, this will also add more value to it. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice, Manoj.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coming to Shankari, planning buffer time for the sprint to handle scope creeps. Yeah. Yes, Shankari.
Yeah, so this is like planning a buffer team members who are they are specifically allocated for the handling the scope creep, so that we will not be missing to meet the sprint goals.
Yeah, nice. Scope creep has always been challenging for the sprint. I think with Manoj and with everyone, I think it's really going well. Yeah. Okay, so the last part is Amey. Oh, I can see my name there. So accepted the feedback from the customer and asked the team to be ready for the discussion in the next retrospective. Yes, I think I can see that all of them smiling well. So no need to explain much on this. Yeah. So yeah, I think very good stick is coming up, very good appreciations coming for everyone. So let's take a minute if you want to just vote for the ones which you like it. Let's do that, and then yeah. And then let's do the cheers up. I think Shashank is eagerly waiting for it, and let's do that. So yeah. So we'll just take 30 seconds. If you have just wanted to put some likes on the board, let's do that now. Yeah, I can see some numbers getting increased. Yeah. Don't worry, this is not like a share market which will fall down. It will always go up. Okay. Okay, so then the cheers up comes up. We can see for Shankari, I guess, team effectively using getting the maximum one, followed by Shashank. I think let's clap for them here. I think very well done. Then if you see over the customer collaboration, yeah, almost all of them are on the equal side. Yeah, although Shashank on the plus side. Then coming to delivering working software, yes, again, yeah, Adil getting that 7 there. Yeah, very nice. Yes, and others also Manoj, followed by Manoj getting those Python script with +4. Very nice. Yeah, surprising over here again, Shashank +9. Wow. So Shashank, the scope creep. Yeah, I think very nice. Followed by Manoj and everyone. So I think congratulations to everyone. Very nice. And I think let's do that cheers up now. So yeah. So very nice. Yeah. So how do you feel about this retrospective? Anyone wanted to share something or? Yeah, we do a lot of retrospective, but this one is a complete different one, not like just discussing all of it, but yeah, something to do with that agile values. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were able to correlate with what we're actually doing with this values, right? So though we are doing, we were unable to categorize it, but with this retrospective, I think we can see where we're actually going towards transforming from waterfall to agile, right? So I think this gives a brighter picture as to where we are actually shining and areas where we can improve. Yeah, thanks, Amey.
Yeah, thank you, Shashank. Yeah. Okay, anyone? Manoj?
So the main logic for this retrospective call is for interact to everyone, right? So they will share their thoughts about each other's, and we will come up with the highest ranking, which is everyone likes that, right? Yes. So I could see that excitement. I could see the interactive, the way Amey you are presenting. It is really excellent, right? And the way everyone is interacting, that is really, so I feel like it is really a very good what do you say, the interaction session as part of like retrospective. Yeah, good.
Yeah, thank you, Manoj. And also I think you have spent a lot of energy in also helping, fixing that 0 defects and also writing those scripts. So I think well job done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so maybe Sunan, you wanted to share something from your side before we end up this part?
Okay, so what I feel like most of the team members are imbibe those agile values. It's just like sometimes we don't know, and that's the reason we require this kind of session where we know that, okay, we are on track, we are following a lot of agile values, and we are working as a one team. That's more important, right? So I think, yeah, this sort of exercise can help us, everyone, to, as mentioned, like to interact, and then, yeah, to come on track that if we are doing a lot of things which with respect to agile and Scrum, and yeah, sometimes we just forget. So session like this is always good to have, where everyone can recall what are the agile values. It's always good to go back to the basic and learn again the same thing again. So I think it's a good session to go back and learn about the agile values again. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Sunan. So Sunan, then what we will do is we will now start Kahoot, and you can enjoy the Kahoot as well. So yeah, so Sunan, just 1 second, if you can just pause for a minute, because okay, so we are now on the last part of Kahoot, and it's quite fun to see, it's nothing to judge on anything, but it is just to have some fun on the Kahoot side. Yeah, so what is this Kahoot all about? You can see Kahoot is used to, you can create your own games, you can even have quizzes, and you can explore this tool quite well. You can even see, I will just show you quickly how it is done. You can create, like, let's say what you can see over here, you can create your own quiz. and then you can host the quiz. So it's quite interactive and it is quite interesting. You will also see when we will start this session, the person coming first, second, and it's quite interesting. It's quite easy to use. You can use, like, let's say an option of just a true or false or with a multiple choice question. So in your interactive or in your any of your like, let's say you want to have some sessions, you can even have Kahoot in place, and trust me, you will enjoy Kahoot once you, yeah. So we have 3, 6. So we have all 6 people there. Yeah. So all excited, right? So the first question will be the once I start. What you need to do over here is you will see the questions on my screen, and you need to reply or you need to answer on your screens. Okay. So the first question, there is no on the first question you will see there are no points. So this way you will be able to understand how this Kahoot works. So the questions on my screen and answers on your devices. Okay, so all fine. I can see only 5 people. Maybe we need one more there. Yeah. So Manoj, Prince, Shankari, Shashank, Adil. Yeah. So we are missing one. I think yeah. Shankari is there. Manoj. Yeah. So I think Prashant is not there. So let's start and let Prashant join in. Yeah, I can see even Prashant joining. Okay, so let's start. So it's an Agile quiz. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So the first one, no points. True or false? Is Sun a planet? So now you need to reply on your devices as true or false. You can see some colors on your devices wherever you're logged in, either through computer or through laptop or through mobile. You can Adil. Yeah. So first one, no points. So now the real fun starts with 15 questions on the Agile way. Okay. So all of them are excited, right? Yeah. So let's see the first question. Scrum Guide 2020, self-organizing is replaced by what? Ten seconds to go. One more. Yeah. Yes. So it's not self-independent, it's self-managing. So that is how in Scrum Guide 2020, it has been changed to self-organizing, it's been changed to self-managing. Let us see the leaderboard. Who is it? Adil tops it, followed by Shankari, Prince, Manoj, and yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I don't see Manoj and Prashant, but yeah, still we have 14 questions to go. Next one, true or false? 4 else technique, like, learned, looking for, not for. True or false? Let's see some catching over there in the 4 else technique, the retrospective technique. Let's see. So yeah, so the correct, it's not, so it's false. It's like, learned, lacked for, not looking for. Okay, so there was a look, there was a twist in this looking for. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Shashank climbing up, Prince also climbing up. Very nice. Let's see the third one. Who can cancel the sprint? Developers, Scrum Master, product owner, stakeholders. Yeah, so yeah, I think very nice. It's product owner. Let's see the leaderboard. Prashant, Prince is there. Prashant is trying to climb up. Shashank, Adil. Yeah. Yeah. So Manoj, you have still time to come up. Yeah. So it's a multi-select now. 2017 versus 2020 Scrum Guide. Direct commitments are relating to which of the following? Multi-choice. Only 2 answers until now. Yeah, so it's all about sprint goal, product goal, definition of readiness. Nothing to do with Scrum values. Yeah. Okay, so let us see the leaderboard. It's Shankari, Prince, and Shashank. Yeah. Which below is not considered Scrum artifact? Product backlog, definition of readiness, sprint backlog, definition of that. Yeah, so I think everyone answered it well. Definition of readiness. Just a second.
So, Amey, is there any time limit for each question, or?
Yeah, you can see, the timer going on the left hand side, which says 30 seconds or 20 seconds to each question. And the one who answers fast comes up.
Okay.
So I can see Shankari coming up, very nice, with 3 correct answers. Prince, Adil, Shashank, Manoj, yeah. So Prashant, yeah, still time left. Yeah. True or false? Scrum Master, no more servant leader. So this is all from the Scrum guides. So you need to brush up a lot. Yeah. So it's true. So Scrum Master now no more is called a servant leader. I hope you guys are checking, right? The Scrum Guide 2020. Yeah. So the new norms, it all has been changing now. Yeah. So Scrum Master is no more a servant leader now. So he is going to serve the larger organization. That is what it says in the Scrum Guide 2020.
Yeah. He's a true leader.
Correct. He's a true leader. Okay. So the board should change. Shashank, Prince. Yeah. Shankari. Yeah. Very nice. Multi-select, so you need to select which are below empirical Scrum pillars. Multiple choice. Openness, inspect, adapt, transparency. I can see one more selecting openness, so nothing to do with openness. It's inspect, adapt, and transparency. Sounds interesting, right? You are all excited, right? So
yeah,
let us see Shankari continues. Shashank climbing up, Prince and Adil. So Adil, still time there. Huh? You're still behind, but yeah, you can still catch up. Who all are mandatory to attend daily stand-up meeting? Or let's say the daily Scrum meetings, Scrum team, developers, product owners and developers, and Scrum Master. So it's ideally mandatory for the developers. Yeah. So even it's for the Scrum team, yeah, but it's more for the developers. Yeah, even if the Scrum Master is not there, it is still fine. So it is mandatory that all the developers come together and they do the daily Scrum meeting. Okay. Let us see the leaderboard. Yeah, Prince coming up. Yeah. I hope Adil, you are there, right? Okay, fine. So second last event of the sprint, which is it? It is sprint planning, daily scrum, sprint review, or the sprint retrospective. So you can see the timer on the left hand side, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it should stop. Yeah. So sprint review. So kudos here, everyone answering correct. So let us see the statistics here. So the second last event is the sprint review. And the last one, let us see what it is. So Shankari again climbing up, Prince, Shashank. Yeah. So Atil, I can see some numbers getting changed. Manoj, yeah. Okay. Coming to the Scrum Guide 2017 versus 2022. Dash is replaced by dash. Yeah. So it is development team replaced by developers, not the developers getting replaced by development team. Okay, so just go back and check the Scrum Guide. It says now, no more they say development team, it says developers. So that is the new thing which is in the Scrum Guide. So there is a lot of confusion on the, many times they were referring to development team and there were many confusions over it. So Scrum Guide 2020 replaced it with straight away saying developers. So it consists of everyone. Okay, so Shankari, Prince, and Shashank. Yeah.
Shankari is not leaving the position.
Yeah. I can see for Adil and Manoj nothing changing. Sometimes it's yes, and I think Prashant is, I don't know where is Prashant, but yeah, it's okay. 4 more questions to go. New goal introduced in Scrum Guide 2020. What it is? Let us see.
I couldn't see the tab to answer.
Okay. So the correct answer is in the Scrum Guide, there is an introduction of a product goal, and that is something new. So when you do a sprint planning session, the product goal also should be explained by the product owner. So in the previous one, there was nothing to explain, that we had sprint goals, but nothing to do with the product goal. So this is a new thing coming from the Scrum Guide, product goal. Nothing to do with definition of done goal. There is nothing goal. There is no such goal on the definition of that. So everything is to do with the product. Yeah. Fine. So I guess Shankari was not able to answer. Yeah. Shashank catching up that pace. Yeah. So Shankari, you had some challenges there.
Even I could not answer two questions because of the timeout. By the time I understood, it's like gone.
Okay.
Shankari, is a conspiracy against you, I guess. These people are intentionally doing something. They're intentionally doing it, Shankari.
No, but still she is sitting on top of us.
Yeah. I think she even does not answer 2-3 questions.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. 3 more questions. Agile 4 stages in right sequence. Yeah, so the correct one is forming, storming, norming, and performing stage. Yeah. So it is nothing to do with forming, norming, storming, and performing. So it ideally starts with the forming stage, storming, norming, and then the final one is the performing stage. Yeah. So Shankari again going on the top. Yeah. Last 2. What is scaled Scrum? It is same as safe. 2 teams working on same product backlog, more than 2 teams working on same product backlog. Yeah. So it is nothing, it is not same as safe. So when you will have a next session scheduled by Sunan, where you also have that Nexus framework, it is also part of the scaled Scrum. Yeah, and it is more to do if you have a common product backlog, and if there are more than 2 teams working, then you usually call it a scaled Scrum. So we use all of the same principles, but we will have a common backlog shared between more than 2 teams, and that is where scaled Scrum comes into picture. So the statistics to change. I think it was only Shashank there. Okay. No issues. So we on the 15th one, Multiselect. Yeah. Which are the following agile values? Let us see. So we just had this session now, and yeah, so there is nothing to do with respond to change and also follow balance. It's we have those 4 ones: individuals and interaction over processes and tools, customer collaboration, working software. Yeah, nothing to do with this. So we had one, but yeah. Let us see. So who goes? Shashank is climbing up. Shashank and Shankar and Shashank and Shankari. Okay, Prince, Adil, Manoj. Yeah. So the last one. True or false? Scrum Guide 2020 recommends daily Scrum. You can have your own questions rather than those 3 standard questions. True or false? I guess this is pretty easy, but let us see.
We better give the trophy to Shankari only.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's true. Yeah. So in the daily Scrum, so the Scrum Guide has now recommending that you can choose your own questions. No need to follow those 3 standard questions. You can have your own set of questions and even do a stand up in a better way. So that is the beauty of what has come in the Scrum Guide 2020. Yeah. Okay, so let's see the podium and the winners. The third one, Prince. So let's, yeah, second followed by Shashank, and yes, we have
Spotlight.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You have runner-ups.
Superwoman.
Yeah.
Superwoman.
Okay, so how was this quiz? Did you all enjoy, or how did you feel about it?
It was awesome.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, really enjoyed.
Yeah, it kept us on our toes.
Aside passing the PS, I never experienced a live Scrum team having any session. So to me, it's very, very, very encouraging. I've learned a lot because I've actually not heard about this platform before.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, good work, Amey. It was really good questions. Yeah, it's a good sync up with the retro and followed by Kahoot.
Yes.
So good.
I hope you like Kahoot, right? I hope you like Kahoot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
First
don't just
experience,
like
but
it.
it was
I
good.
love it because I mean I'm just on my tools, and then it's like everybody trying to make sure you remember what you've learned. I mean, it's very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But end of the day, Shankari took it away.
Yes.
Good job, Shankari.
Yeah. So Shankari,
all of us were trying to catch up. We were never able to catch up with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shankari, Amazon voucher is waiting for you. You can just grab it, and also maybe the runners up. If you also want, you can take your Amazon vouchers and then do a cheers up. Yeah.
Thanks, Amey. Thank you.
Thank you all.